I think the Bills are going to be in the playoffs. I think Cooper, as he gets more and more comfortable with Allen, is going to become a more and more important part of that team. I think if he really gets comfortable and is something close to the best he can be, he elevates them from a team that's going to get there because they win a bad division to a team that is going to make a legit playoff run, like has a legit chance to be a Super Bowl contender, which I think they were not without him. Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers may put up good numbers, but the Jets are done. They're done. They're not going anywhere. And they have no leadership. They have no coaching. They have no nothing. That's it. As Damian Woody said on our TV show this morning, they are a roster. They are not a team. So if we're judging this exclusively by who puts up prettier stats, maybe Davante Adams will be the answer. But as far as an actual impact on winning, I think Amari Cooper has a chance.
So last night was the nail in the coffin for you as a Jets fan.
What is there watching the Jets play? They've played 7 games. You tell me one thing that suggests they're going to go on the kind of winning streak it would take for them to make the playoffs.
Nothing through 7 games tells me that. They don't do anything consistently well.
No. And they're ridiculously badly coached. They were badly coached, then they fired their coach and got worse coached because they took the one guy who was good at his job, which was the defensive coordinator, and had never been the head coach anywhere ever, and made him the head coach, but he's still theoretically running the defense. So the defense has gone from good to terrible, and he's in so far over his head he can't see the top. Right? Like if you're at the bottom of a swimming pool, it has to be a pretty deep swimming pool for you not to be. He's in so far over his head that he would get the bends making it up to the top. Right? Like when you come up too fast and you're scuba diving or something, which I've never done. But whatever that is, that's how far in over his head he is. So we took the one guy who was actually good at his job and compromised him. Rodgers, unfortunately, is a soon-to-be 41-year-old quarterback coming off a devastating injury, and he looks every bit of both of those.
Is he done?
I mean, he's not done. I hope he's not done, but he's not anywhere near on a level with Josh Allen, C.J. Stroud, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. I mean, these are the people you have to beat if you're going to wind up winning games that we're talking about.
But, I mean, he's not even average right now.
Okay, so maybe he'll get to average. But, I mean, Garrett Wilson looks checked out, lost completely. I would be stunned if he doesn't want to get traded out of there. If I were him, I would.
This year?
Yeah, hell yes.
Like during the season?
Why not?
You think Garrett Wilson being traded is on the table?
Yes. If they lose this week,
so.
Why wouldn't everything be on the table?
They're not going to sell a week after trading for Davante Adams, are they?
Why not?
A week after signing Hassan Reddick?
I mean, they didn't assign Hassan Reddick to anything. They just agreed to waive the fines, and now they're going to negotiate a long-term contract. Why would you do that? I mean, I would not be at all surprised, whether they trade him or not, if Garrett Wilson would love to be traded. If you were him, why wouldn't you want to be traded? You want to be the second receiver on the team that Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams are playing on?
How long is that going to last?
Well, I mean, Rodgers and Davante love each other so much, I could see it lasting one more season, and that will be Garrett Wilson's all-important 4th year in the NFL.
This is probably why Davante should have picked a different team to begin with. Why did he
a lot of people should have done a lot of things differently.
Yeah, look, I mean, there was no one who wanted this to work more than me. There's no one who tried to manifest itself more than me. But at some point, you have to be realistic. They're bad. They're not good. They're 2-5. They've beaten New England and Tennessee. How many combined wins do New England and Tennessee have? Those are the 2 games they've won.
I believe 2. Maybe 3.
They got obliterated by San Francisco when they were healthy. They got obliterated by a very average Pittsburgh team last night. They let Russell Wilson dominate them. They can't stop the run. Their Jets are not a good team.
Coming into the season, maybe I'm just ignorant, but I thought they had a great defense, at least on paper. That performance yesterday against Russell Wilson, who hasn't looked like that in 5 years, was startling.
It's because their coordinator's trying to figure out how to throw a challenge flag.
That was tough.
That was tough. I mean, I'm not even kidding about that. You've taken the defensive coordinator and said, now you have to decide if we're going to go for it on 4th down. Now you have to decide what plays we're going to challenge. Now you have to decide when to call timeouts. This is a person who's never had to make those decisions in his life. And usually, if you're going to hire someone to do both of those jobs for the first time, you'd like to give them, an entire off season to go through 8 million simulated situations so they've lived those decisions time and time and time again, even without the stakes. This guy got the job on a Tuesday and had to make those decisions the following Monday. He's coached 2 games in the last 13 days since he became the head coach. He doesn't know what he's doing. And the bottom line of it is, as they said on television that day, it's because the owner doesn't know what he's doing. The owner is the problem, the biggest problem. You can say, look, he's willing to go out and get Davante Adams. Look, why is no one buying in? Why is there no accountability? Why is there no leadership? Because there's no there. The Jets just keep firing people left and right. Every time Woody doesn't get exactly what he wants, because he's accustomed to snapping his finger and getting whatever he wants, he just makes changes, which means you had no conviction in the decision you made in the first place. So how could there be a culture with the Jets? How do you build a culture? They've had 4 coaches in the last 6 years?
Since 2018, it's 4 coaches, yeah.
How are you going to, and then you say, why is there no culture? How the hell is there going to be a culture? So
I thought that was Rodgers' thing, was it not?
How's that going? You tell me. Does he seem like he's building a culture?
Not exactly.
Does Garrett Wilson look excited about how things are going right now?
He does not.
Of being a part of that culture? Does that defense look like it has just given in?
Uninspired.
I mean, the Jets are a rudderless ship from the very top all the way on. So there's no reason to think this is going to go well.